Hey guys, Danielle from Elevated Function here. We're going to do a higher intensity workout. However, it's going to be on the floor and chair. So kind of interesting. Today, I'm going to use an Airex pad and a band. I tucked the band under my chair and I have the Airex pad here. There's going to be a link for this on our website. If you want to purchase that, it's fairly cheap. And if you don't have it today, throw a pillow on the floor and protect your knee. All right, here we go. Let's start warming up. We're going to rock back and rock forward. One more thing, I pushed my chair back against the wall so it couldn't slide. Feel free to do that if you have that space. If not, make sure you're on a sturdy chair. One more rock, and I'm going to make sure my hips are at the front of my seat, and I'm going to hula hoop shoulders. So nice, big, exaggerated hula hoop from our hips. And reverse directions. One more big circle. Sit tall. Step those feet out wider. Now, rocking again. Down, see if you can touch the floor. Rocking back, lifting your arms up. Down. Rock back with an arm lift. Down. Back. Down. Back. One more. Down. Good job. You can bring those feet in. Let's hula hoop shoulders one more time. Reverse. All right, listen, slow this down a little bit. Ooh, make it big. Slow and big, slow and big. Reverse it one more time, slow and big the other direction for 2. Slow and big, slow and big. Good job. Sit tall, reach wide, push out from the midline. Wide, wide, as wide as you can do it. Hug yourself, tuck your chin, round your back. Reach out again, push out from midline, wide. Can you bring your wrists behind your shoulders? Can you angle your arms down and come back a little further? Really let that open. Fingertips to the base of your neck. Push your elbows up. Fingertips to the tips of your shoulders. Elbow circles. And reverse those elbow circles. Nice job. Grab your Airex pad or pillow. We're going to put it on the floor right in front of us. Watch me one time and then join me. I'm going to go down on my knees, squeeze my hips forward, and then reverse that and come right back up to the chair. Here we go. Down on your knees. Squeeze your hips forward. Push back up on that chair. Go again. Down on your knees. Squeeze your hips forward. Back on the chair. All right. Every time you squeeze your hips forward, say something that's green. Grass. Back up on the chair. Down. Squeeze. Leprechauns. Up on the chair. Go again. Down. Squeeze. Mint. Up on the chair. Down on your knees. Squeeze the outside of a watermelon. Up on the chair. Down on your knees. Squeeze. Trees. Stay here. Good job. Tip your shoulders side to side. Getting into our obliques. Nice job. One more each direction. Back to the center. Beautiful. Stay right here. Alternating steps forward. Looks like this. Swing the leg front, weight shift, swing the leg down. Other leg front, weight shift, leg down. Now, if this is hard, put a chair beside you. This is some really good balance and hip work. If you're fine, fine. Walking sticks also help with this sometimes. If it's too much of a challenge for your balance, get a walking stick and touch it down. All right, now I want you to step out of the hip diagonally and keep it there. Now, you're gonna weight shift out and back a few times. This is good hip mobility right here. Let's change it a little. Rock out and then make that knee straight and see if you can lift that toe up. Again, don't feel like you have the balance. Touch a chair somewhere, touch a walking stick. Good, one more. All right, let's bring that leg under us. Step the other leg out of the hip diagonally. Weight shift a few times. Then it's gonna morph into weight shift to a straight knee, weight shift to a straight knee with a toe up. Up to you. Give me one more like that. And then bring that knee under you. Now, knees close together, hands out wide. We're gonna rock our hips side to side. And this is great. It's gonna stretch into our IT band. Out around the outside of the hip, coming down to the outside of the knee. One more each direction. Beautiful. Come back to a hip squeezing forward position. Now we're going to transfer back up onto the chair and down. Ready? Come back up onto the chair. Now, every time we come down and we squeeze our hips forward, let's name something that's red. Here we go. Down, squeeze, apple. Back up. Go again. Down, squeeze, Valentine's hearts. Up to the chair. Go again. Down, squeeze, the inside of a watermelon. Up, go again. Down, squeeze, cherries. Back up onto the chair. Down, squeeze, strawberries. And back up onto the chair. It's amazing how hard that is. It puts you on the spot every once in a while. It's like you overthink it. All right, we're rotating in that chair now. Rotating. Let's go a little bigger and a little faster. Should be warming up nicely in this. Good work. Come back to the center. Fingertips behind the ears, tip side to side. Make sure your feet are about as wide as your hips. That's good for your back right there. Good core control. One more each direction. Beautiful. Back to the center. We're going back down onto the Airex pad. Good job. Squeeze those hips forward. Let's go fingertips behind the ears. Slowly tip side to side. Now, we're going to slow it down. It's slow and big. So when you tip to one side, reach the other arm up and look, and then tip to the other side, reach up and look. Remember, this is slow and big. I don't need you to go fast on this. I need you to slowly find end range. One more each side. Good job. Come back to the center. Arms down, shoulder shrug. And then right in the center, we're going to go fists together and we're going to rotate like when we were up in the chair. But you're going to use one arm to drive the other arm bigger into rotation. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Nice job. Step one foot forward. Good. I want you to shift your weight out Opposite hand comes down onto the floor. You're going to dig your back toe and lift that knee up. And then sink your hips down towards the floor. So my back toe is on the floor. My knee is lifted. My hips are up. Good. Lower that knee. Shift back. Switch legs. Now when I switch, I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see it. Step 1 foot forward. Opposite hand on the floor. Dig the back toe. Lift the back knee. Sink your hips down. Hold there. Drop that back knee. Come on up. We'll do it again. I'll just turn forward towards you again. Step forward. Opposite hand down. Dig the back toe. Lift the back knee. Sink our hips down. Back foot. Rock through the heel. I'm going to show you that on the other side in just a second. Good. Back knee down. Let's switch. I'll turn sideways so you can see it. Footsteps forward. Opposite hand down. Dig the back toe. Lift the back knee. Sink your hips down. And then we're going to rock through that back ankle. All right, let's bring that back knee down. Listen, let's do it again since we all know what we're doing now. Good. Foot forward, opposite hand down. Dig the back toe, lift the back knee. Sink your hips down, rock through the back ankle. Point and flex the back ankle. Nice job. We're going to switch legs again. I'll turn sideways again just so we're all on the same page. Step forward, opposite hand down. Dig the back toe, lift the back knee, sink your hips down, rock through the back ankle. Nice job. Okay, back on our knees in the middle of the Airex pad. Glutes squeezing forward, hands push out from midline. Ready? Push out from midline. Crisscross like when we were on the chair. Give yourself a hug. Tuck the chin, round your back a little. Ready? Push out from midline. Wrists come behind shoulders. They drop down. They squeeze back a little more. Fingertips to the base of your neck. Elbows push up. Fingertips to the tips of shoulders. Elbow circles. Reverse elbow circles. Good. Shake that out for a second. All right, watch the next challenge. Fingertips on the tips of the shoulders. You're going to touch those elbows in front of the mouth and back down by the rib cage. Okay, we are going to 20, counting by 2. So we're actually doing 10, but here we go. 2, down, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Come back up onto the chair and off of those knees. Give them a break. Nice job. Second set of arms. Ready? Counting by 2 to 20. Fingertips on the tips of our shoulders. Elbows push down. They're going to touch in front of our mouth and down. Counting by 2s. Go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Woo, shake it out. Good job. That gets fatiguing. Those are good shoulder muscles, good mobility. All right, gonna stretch our hips a little. One foot crosses over, doesn't matter which. Hold on to the shin and the knee. Rock forward, back. rocking motion like we started with. Rock forward, back. Let's switch legs. The other leg crosses over. Support the shin, support the knee. Rock forward, back. Get a nice stretch through the hip. If this hurts your knee, draw your toe towards the shin. That often helps. All right, nice work, guys. Now, I want you to come back down. I want you to pull the Airex pad back. I'm going to change it ever so slightly. Okay? Toes up on the Airex pad, heels down. So we're going to do a sit to stand with the toes lifted. I have an armchair, so I'm going to use my hands on the chair to start. I'm going to push up. I'm going to squeeze my hips forward like I did when I knelt on the Airex pad and I squeezed my hips forward. And then I'm coming back down. And at first this feels weird, but your body pretty quickly figures it out. So when you're done feeling awkward, you can just go hands on knees, down, up. All right, we are to the color blue. We're gonna stand up 5 times with that hip squeeze forward, naming blue things. Here we go, come up, squeeze the sky. Come up, squeeze my Airex pad. Come up, squeeze blueberries. Come up, squeeze my shirt. One more. Come up, squeeze eggplant. Well, that's kind of purple. Here we go, back down. Nice job. I'm going to pull that Airex pad back even a little more. My feet are up on that squishy surface. Same thing. Hands on the chair if you don't, for the first one, or even as you're getting your bearings. Come up onto that squishy surface. This is good for balance. Your feet can't feel the floor like it does when it's touching it. And that is good. You're shifting your balance, the dominant part of your balance system, to the inner ear and vision when we do that. We muffle the bottom of the feet, our proprioceptors, and we make it shift to our inner ear and our vision. Now, if we closed our eyes, this would be a little harder. Let's do it a different day. Let's get used to this first. Listen, give me one more. And down. Nice job. Now, I'm going to shift one more time. I'm going to take my Airex pad back so that my heels can lift and my toes are down. So completely opposite of that first squat. And again, I'm going to push off my chair until I get used to this. Again, you could have a chair in front of you if you didn't feel comfortable. We're going to stand up, right? We have a lot of our body weight shifting to the front of our foot. We're strengthening through our foot and through our knees here. And we're to the color orange. We're going to stand up, squeeze the hips, say something that's orange. Up, squeeze, oranges. Down, up, squeeze, cantaloupe. Down, up, squeeze, carrots. Down, up, squeeze, peppers. Down. One more. Up, squeeze. What's something orange? One more thing that's orange. Tangerines. Nice. And down. Nice job. All right, listen, Airex pad in front of you, both feet on it. Here's that hip stretch we did earlier. Cross one leg over. Now your feet are up a little higher. The stretch is going to be a little deeper. Support the shin, support the knee. Rock front back. If it doesn't feel good, slide that Airex pad out and repeat the first stretch. Okay, let's switch legs. Cross the other leg over, support the shin, support the knee, rock forward back. Remember, if you got discomfort in the knee, you could draw that toe up, and that helps. Good work. Uncross the legs. Now I'm going to slide the Airex pad to the side, and I'm going to take the band out. Yep, bring that band out. Now let's do a little hip abductor work. So hips at the front of your seat, feet together, knees together, band over the top of your legs, right above your knees, crisscross behind, bring the ends up, and tie a knot. Now, sadly, there's no real thing in your house I guess you can grab for this unless it's maybe a towel. But again, linked for this on our website. Okay, we're going to strengthen the outside of the hips. They're super important for balance when you're walking forward. All right, we're going to step our feet out. Hips, knees, ankles are the same width here. So align these joints up. Press out into the resistance of the band. And then we're going to rock into touch and rock out. Things I want you to think about here are keeping the foot flat. The foot is glued to the floor and the feet are parallel. So rock in, push out, rock in, push out. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, out and hold. Nice job. All right, I'm going to bring those feet together. My hands are on the chair. Ready? I'm going to stand up. Remember, you can have a chair in front of you if you don't feel safe. Now, I'm going to add a little step out and together, out and together. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, find that chair. Sit down safely. Line those joints up. Sit tall. Knees in. Press out. In. Press out. Heading for a second set of these. Ready? We'll do 8. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring those feet together. Stand up safely. All right, we're stepping out and stepping in. Second set, we're going to add that last bit of neuroplasticity. I want 8 of these. We'll count backwards by 2s from 16. Here we go. 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Back to the chair safely. Well done. All right, untie that band. If it doesn't untie, just roll it down, kick it off. Good job. Slide your hips to the front of your chair. Ready? Inhale, look up. Exhale, come down. Stand up with me. Go again. Inhale, look up. Exhale and down. Guys, great work. We're Elevated Function. Thanks for joining us.